feature on their cards, the combo mechanic. It just seems like even if they draw it, like they don't. There's just more opportunities for creative plays, I guess, is the thing.
Right.
You saw with the other classes, like sometimes it was a liability to have a Brewmaster in their hand because they have creatures on the board that they want to stick. So the Brewmaster is sort of a dead draw because they don't want to take something back. Whereas Rogue, pretty much everything you're okay with using again. Earthring Farseer, SI Agent, Azure Drake, you're okay with using all those again. So it's never a liability.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to how this will end up panning out. Maybe the Huffer can get Brewmaster, but most likely the Huffer will get immediately killed anyways.
This is a pretty good hand too.
Got Malorn? That's not even a Hunter card! It belongs to Druid!
Malorn? I don't know. I would rather have Gazrilla.
It's gonna be on curve! Like if he draws High Main, he plays like High Main and you just barely deal with it, and then he plays Malorn. It's a 9/7.
High Main is the one thing that you're hoping against on turn 6. Nobody ever expects High Main Malorn back to back.
You know what's funny is that you might as well just play a tall Lost Strider. Or sorry, a Lost Tall Strider.
Tall Lost.
Oh man. English is hard sometimes.
Yes, it is. And
is it wait, is it tall or Lost Strider or
it's the Lost Tall Strider.
Okay.
Maybe it's the last Tall Strider.
No, that would
because
be,
then if you played 2 in your decks,
that would
which
be a
one's the
novel
last one?
written by Hearthstone devs. The last of the Tall Striders.
Or fanfic. That's not a challenge.
Oh, it is.
Okay, maybe it is. I'd love to read that.
Looks like Rogue is hanging in there, but you know, Youthful or Ancient Brewmaster did 5 damage.
I think
And
that's
drew out a backstab.
That's about as much as you can ask for from an Ancient Brewmaster and Hunter.
Ooh, man.
The Savannah, I mean, followed by
Only he had one more
Malorn.
thing to put on curve, like a smaller minion, so they could play with the Snake Trap.
yeah. Usually, as a rogue, you're thinking, okay, once I get through this high main, we'll be set. I can,
Right. If
I
I
can
have a
gain,
sap, I can deal with
I
it.
can gain back some tempo.
Well, actually, he's got the perfect answer now with a spell-powered
Whoa.
Fan of Knives.
Yes, he does. That's pretty crazy, actually.
So he's got Backstab, SI7 Agent, Fan of Knives. But can he deal with Malorn? He can.
He can.
This guy's
Wow. That is one of the cleanest kills I've ever seen of a high main.
I think that is, in fact, the cleanest kill I've ever seen of a high main. Sometimes I bend over backwards to clear a high main.
I didn't know you were so flexible, TJ.
I am. Some fancy stuff they have to do.
Definitely one of the cooler animations of legendaries. It's like a pretty version of Alakir's entrance. Alakir is more like Home Depot, and Malorn is more like Bed Bath & Beyond. It's like more of the gentle, delicate side. Or I meant Bath & Body Works. Dang it.
I was gonna be like Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, there's like the same store. I meant
He's like the
Bath
home.
& Body Works.
He's like the home comfort version of Alakir.
Yeah.
Then what does that make Bolvar?
Well, Bolvar doesn't come in a swirl motion. I was just talking about specifically how Alakir spins in and Malorn spins in.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What are the
The
cards?
girls would shop at Malorn, the guys would shop at Alakir. It's a good date location.
I'm surprised that
How do you
makes any
deal with
sense.
It's actually quite annoying. If you just kill it, it just gets shuffled back in. Do you ignore it and just go ham?
Well, maybe if that hit his Azure Drake, he would have thought about trading it.
Jeez. Look at that.
Wow.
Hunters might die next turn.
Well, this is where having 2 Youthful Brewmasters in your hand doesn't really do much. I mean, he could double silence here to get rid of some spell power, but that would still, well, it wouldn't be lethal on, it would be lethal on board unless he cleared one, so he does have to.
9, 14, 16 damage. Gnimsh is pretty close to killing. Of course, he can't leave up this board though.
No. more
The snake trap is actually very annoying to deal with.
Well, it seems Koyuki has found the ultimate way to deal with the snake trap.
Just ignore it.
Ignore it and go to face. So in downfall of snake trap, I think. I was never a big fan of snake trap.
Me neither.
It can be problematic, especially if you can hide it behind like a sledge belcher or like a Misha.
The question is, does Gnimsh attack face? Because he feels like his opponent can't generate 4 damage, or does he trade? Oh man, that never feels good.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty interesting decision there. He tried to block as much damage as possible because you do have to play around the,
Like an eviscerate.
or no, the youthful brewmaster, because he could pump out extra damage by youthful brewmastering back his.
Right.
his
I mean,
height.
there's 6 damage on board plus the hero power, so
Yeah.
if you just had an eviscerate, he would have died too.
Yeah.
But you do have to play around. The brewmaster would also be another lethal opportunity. And Koyuki's also all of a sudden in a pretty awkward spot. You can kill off Malorn this turn. Take a pretty sizable board lead too.
Yeah. Even if he draws into an eviscerate, he wouldn't have the mana to hero power deadly poison, so he wouldn't quite have lethal damage.
Prep doesn't really do anything.
Looks like he's going face. I don't think you really have much of a choice here because snake trap is on the board. You can't afford to.
Even if his opponent draws kill command. What secret could Gnimsh get off of his mad scientist? I don't know. I think Gnimsh is done.
Yeah.
He's going to be killed by the SI7 agent in the hand no matter what.
Well, even if you get to explosive trap, it still wouldn't be enough damage to
Right.
be able to push through with what he has on board in combination with his hero power.
Maybe misdirection if he's playing it.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's the only hope if he had one.
Once upon a time.
I don't know. I think the Rogues got this. I think Koyuki will be the first king for today.
He's got a long way to go to be the ultimate king. But the reason why we have it set up like this is because the $150 per win. So the players earlier in the day, they have more chance of winning bigger money, but later in the day, they have more chance of being crowned king. So they found a balance.
Right. The king does come back for next week, which we do have some cool stuff going on. Malorn making a comeback, but that's going to mean that Koyuki can easily take this game. And he's going to SI7 agent to finish out the series. So Rogue ends up being on top. And this is pretty cool because we haven't seen Rogue really at all.
No.
The past like 4 weeks of the Legendary series. We saw it towards the beginning a little bit.
Yeah, it
It's
was
cool to see it make a comeback here.